On today's show,
The Warriors staved off elimination, but are they good enough to win in OKC?
the Dubs survived at home, but will Toronto? We check in with Jared Greenberg, north of the border.
And as always, we'll count down the top 10 plays from the past 7 days.
It's Friday, May 27th. The starter starts now.
Good evening, Sweet World, and welcome to The Starters. Shout out to everyone joining us live right now on NBA TV or a little bit later on YouTube. We're happy to have all of you. I'm Jay Skeets, and alongside me, as always, that's Tess Mellis.
Wonderful day to talk basketball, isn't it?
To his right, it's the International Man of Mystery, taking it to the max. That's Lee Ellis.
Friend.
Lily.
Lily, and last, certainly not least, over there, Starters blog editor, Trey Kirby.
Hey-o!
Hey-yo! TK, what do you got?
Oh, I'm here at the internet looking for your best tweets at #TheStarters. And y'all probably don't know this, but today is the last day of Lee Ellis's 30s. That's right, ours and your favorite Australian turns the big 4-0 tomorrow. So to celebrate, we put together this clip of some of Lee's, we'll call them highlights from this season on The Starters. Take a look.
The International Man of Mystery and my favorite dad in that tie, Lee Ellis.
That's
Hey Lee,
good
can
stuff.
you honor us with a base gaze into that camera?
You have incredible man hands, by the way.
Say swag, Lee.
Swag.
Getting,
Weird.
it's getting uncomfortable.
Get in my belly!
He gets a little bit sloppy at times. You know, like he's great. He's great. Look like I'm playing the piano.
If you ever wondered what Richard Simmons looks like playing basketball, this is it.
You always got to wear shorts.
Why are you doing that?
I could play that thing out of Beverly Hills Cop. That dun 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 dun. dun.
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are young and free.
Keep it going,
I
Lee.
use the Turkaloo method of just like, maybe now we got back.
I have a little time left. Can you just say swag for a bit?
Swag.
Yeah.
One more.
One more.
Swag. I'll say it like Sean Connery. Swag.
Lee, you are truly one of a kind. A super happy birthday. But this is where you at home come in, because this is today's question. Let us know on Twitter, how would you wish Lee Ellis a happy 40th birthday? Send us your best answers at #TheStarters, and we'll get this party started a little bit later.
Lee.
I didn't realize I'm such a good singer.
You really are. You really are. All right, we have a fun show for you tonight. Jared Greenberg is going to join us live from the 6 to get us ready for Game 6 between the Cavs and the Raptors. And we got the top 10 plays from the past 7 days. But first, don't worry about the fishing rods and the golf clubs just yet if you're a Warriors fan. Golden State are going back to OKC, keeping the winningest season in NBA history alive for at least one more game. Steph Curry led the charge, scoring 31 points to help the defending champs stave off elimination with the 120-111 victory over the Thunder in Game 5 of the Western Conference Finals. Game 6 goes down Saturday night in Tornado Alley, and to get us ready, we've decided to play a round of True or False Western Conference Finals edition. I'm going to ask some true or false questions. You guys will let us know, true or false. Do the same at home on Twitter, #TheStarters, true or false. All right, first one here, guys. Pretty simple. True or false? Does now that the Warriors picked up Game 5, does all the pressure go on OKC? True or false?
That's false. Their confidence should not be shaken whatsoever. They played a good game right down to the wire. You look at the last 3 games, 2 blowouts for OKC and a close win for Golden State. If they had lost by 15 or 20 or got blown out of the building, we'd be talking
different?
about it differently, but they're going to OKC. I think they should be entirely comfortable.
Yeah, but the problem is if they do lose, then I think the favoritism of the series switches back to Golden State because they do have Game 7 at home.
It is a Game 7, so to speak,
Yeah.
for OKC.
Yeah.
I think most people agree with that.
But even still, I guess in that scenario, they still have one more game which they can still advance to the finals. So if they don't win, their season isn't over. But it certainly makes it harder for them to get back to to get to the finals.
Did anything in Game 5, though, convince you Game 6 would be different for the Warriors, having got spanked in OKC when they were there, but then getting the win last night?
They looked more comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, backs against the wall. This team that won 73 games, down 3-1, you expect them to win a basketball game, and it was close down to the wire. So they had a lot of good things for them. Andrew Bogut played his best game of the series. That's an extreme positive. Their bench came out and played. They looked a lot more like themselves, but they're not quite themselves yet, in my opinion.
You agree with that, Lee?
Yeah, and also for the Warriors, I mean, their season is on the line right now. We know that. It's been on the line last night as well. Because of what they achieved throughout the regular season, they basically, if they don't make it to the finals, it will be viewed as a bit of a disaster for them.
Absolutely. And you see there, it came into play again last night. The free throw advantage in this series has been huge. I mean, if you win it, and substantially as we're showing you, you're more likely to pick up that win, or quite frankly, you are likely to pick up that win because whoever's gotten to the line more in this series gets the W. So, yeah, very excited for Game 6. It was nice to have a close game in this series. It had been a little while, but you're right. I mean, Westbrook misses that free throw, gets the rebound. It's kicked out to Kevin Durant. He hits that three. That's a three-point game with a whole lot of time left to go. So in a weird way, the Warriors did sort of escape, letting that big lead at the time, 9-8 points, nearly slip away.
And they're still not oozing confidence like they did this entire season. After 3-1, Green, Curry said, all right, our backs are against the wall. We're not going out like this. Well, they didn't. That's entirely true. But that's one game, back against the wall. Now you got to do it again. And then possibly again. But I think going again in Game 6 is going to be a lot tougher than Game 5 was. You know, Steph Curry was still pounding his chest, still needed to pump himself up with 1:20 left. I know I'm reading into the psyche of the Warriors here, but 1:20 left, up 8, he still has to say, I'm great, I'm doing it, I'm doing it. To me, that's not the same Warriors team that was extremely confident. I don't see them as the same way right now. They got to do it again, and I think the Warriors are a big favorite.
Following Golden State's win, Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, they took to the podium as they usually do, but there was one exchange with a reporter in particular that really stood out. Have a look at this.
Curry's shooting better, but he also came up with a big steal in the fourth. Do you think that he's underrated as a defender?
I mean, getting steals, I don't know if that's just that's a part of playing defense, but you know, he's pretty good, but he doesn't guard the best point guards. He moves his feet pretty well. He's good with his hands, but you know, I like our matchup with him guarding Russ.
All right, so interesting. Russell Westbrook laughing when the question gets asked. Kevin Durant being quite honest, I think it's safe to say. True or false, though? Did Westbrook and Durant disrespect Curry in that post-game news conference?
I say false, but I can see why people thought he did because he laughed at him, and laughing is kind of belittling the question and what it was implying. But no decent NBA player thinks any other decent NBA player can stop them. That we know that. And also, these players, especially Durant and Westbrook, hate being asked about Steph when the answer is supposed to elicit a compliment about him. We saw it early in the season when Steph was on fire and every other player was being asked about it, and Russell hated it especially. And so in this instance as well, they're leading 3-2 in the series. Russ thinks he can take Steph anytime, so does Kevin Durant. I don't think it was an unfair response for a series that's tight and tense with with a finals berth on the line.
Yeah, it was a very Russ-like response, wasn't it? And I didn't mind it. Listen, if Curry is on Westbrook, it's a win for Oklahoma City. The physical toll that Curry takes by guarding Russell Westbrook is huge for OKC on the other end of the floor. Listen,
Curry's done a good job when he's on him.
And sometimes I don't like looking at these numbers in terms of these one-on-one, how did a guy guard the other guy? Because there's 5 guys that have to guard Russell Westbrook. That's how it goes. But actually, B-Ball Breakdown, the website and podcast, put together a compilation of Russell Westbrook being guarded by Steph Curry throughout the series. Curry has done a very good job of staying in front. And the positive for the Warriors when Curry is guarding Westbrook, his eyes light up a little bit. And he says, well, this guy can't guard me. I'm going to go after him. And sometimes he forces it, and he doesn't get the best possession for his team. But it's still a positive for the Warriors, positive for the Thunder, I should say, because that physical toll, it is big time. And Steph needs to be great on the other end to run the ship and run the offense really well. Listen, no point guard was built to guard Russell Westbrook. That's the job of Klay Thompson or somebody else on this roster. You want to get Steph off of him as quick as possible, although he's done a great job. But I know the goal for the Warriors is, hey, let's get him off him.
Ben Gulliver at SI, though, he compared the laughing there and the answer from Durant. You might remember 2011 finals. LeBron, Dwayne Wade on the podium, asked about whether Dirk was sort of sick.
Right.
And they did the old, he's like the fake coughing, real sick, whatever. Dirk
came back to
back
haunt them.
and Dirk came back and the Mavs have got the win. It is a little similar, but we of course will see. All right, final one here, true or false, guys. Without a title, and they've got to win 2 games here still against the Thunder, without a title, the Warriors' record-setting 73-9 regular season is quite frankly meaningless.
I don't buy that whatsoever.
You say
it's
false.
entirely separate. No one has done 73 wins. No one has gone an entire season without losing consecutive games like the Warriors did. I think it's entirely separate.
I would say it definitely means less. It doesn't mean it's totally meaningless. I mean, 72-10 don't mean a thing without a ring was a popular T-shirt for a reason. But still, like Tess is saying, 73 wins is a once-in-a-lifetime thing, at least so far. But I don't know. I don't know if you hang a banner with your championship banner, but you can do something to honor it.
And haters are going to bring it up, though, forever, that if you don't win the championship, it's like, well, it doesn't really count for anything. But we know as basketball fans what they achieved during the regular season was incredible. It was a lot of fun to watch, and no one thought they could even get close to that Bulls record, let alone beat it. So for me, it doesn't really matter, but it would be nicer if they do finish it off as a champion.
I mean,
It's up against the championship, which helps, right?
Yeah,
You know.
that's exactly what I was just going to say.
Yeah.
It's not, meaningless is too harsh a word, but it's not winning they didn't win a ring to go with the 73-9,
Yeah.
but you're right. They're helped out by the fact that they won a title the year before. They won 67 games. I mean, they've now played 200 games over the last 2 years, and they have an 83% winning percentage. And I think there's no shame in also if you lose to the Thunder and Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
They'll be on, whatever list you want to call it, top 50 players of all time. I'm sure both those guys are going to be on there. No, they didn't falter in the first round, some 8 seed. So.
And they're playing against them right now where they're at the hottest part of the season. They've
Absolutely.
been incredible.
It'll be fine when the Warriors win the title anyways.
Whoa! We gotta take a break, but when we come back, we'll get you set for tonight's Game 6 up in the 6.
Welcome back to the show. Switching over to the East. Game 6, 3-2. Cavs up on the Raptors. Their backs against the wall. The only person who can give us the info we need, well, you know who it is. Still not getting old, right?
I've been hearing some rumors that the next release off the album might be coming out soon.
Whoa!
Have not confirmed just yet, but there are some rumors.
Okay.
Oh, maybe a hot remix, perhaps. Looking forward to that. All right, as we saw on Richard Jefferson's Snapchat before Game 3, the Cavs had some issues getting into Canada. Any holdups this time, Jared?
I've been told that Tristan Thompson made his presence felt at the border, and there were no issues.
All right, the Canadian, putting down the Canadian foot. Very well. All right, before Game 5, we chatted. You said the Cavs' focus going into that game was to punch first. Now, going back to Toronto, where they're winless in this series, what's their focus going in?
Same exact thing, Tass. It's urgency. It's setting the tone. It's treating this, as Coach Lou said, like it is Game 7, not allowing a cushion factor, knowing that they'll go back for Game 7 in Cleveland, where they have yet to lose. I think it's the same mentality as Game 5, just finding a way to manage this building a bit better than they did in Games 3 and 4, which Kyrie Irving said he was really unprepared for at the time, but now has the knowledge needed to get the job done in this hostile environment, one that Coach Lou called the loudest building he's ever coached or played in.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Kyrie and how he steps up against Kyle Lowry. From that side, from the Raptors side, any adjustments after that loss in Game 5?
Well, I think you're going to see a lot of different things. The way that Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith and all the guards really blitzed the backcourt of the Raptors, you're going to see them handle that a bit differently tonight. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot more of Jonas Valanciunas, because that would put the onus on the defense to make a decision if Valanciunas is in the game. Do you want to double DeRozan or Lowry and potentially leave the big man open? And he could do some damage if he's feeling close to 100%. And we're going to speak to him coming up on Game Time, guys, a little later on tonight, just after 7 Eastern. We'll hear from Valanciunas about what he thinks going into this elimination game.
All right, much was made about a story where there are a couple of Raptors in a casino at 2 a.m. before Game 4. How have the Raptors camp handled that?
I think perfectly. It is, quite frankly, one of the more ridiculous stories I've ever heard. Once I read the headline and I heard about it, I was looking for some salacious details. There were none. They were players in a casino attached to their hotel, walking around with team security around them. They were doing nothing illegal. They were doing nothing that would even border controversial. And I think that the context has to be at 2 a.m. for an 8:30 Eastern game. There's a lot of players out, and they could be doing a lot worse things. And the team was probably pretty happy that they were just walking around a casino. And I tell you, I spoke to a very high-ranking Raptors official who told me he feels this group of players is among, if not the best group of character guys in the league. And if they haven't gotten in trouble living all season in Toronto, they weren't going to get in trouble in Cleveland.
It's called White Vegas for a reason. You're right.
All right, I appreciate the take. That is exactly how we felt here. Thanks so much, Jared, and we'll keep our ear to the ground for the hot remix.
You got it.
All right, we got to take a break here, but you know what hasn't taken a break? All the great plays this postseason. Top 10 coming up. You'd think less games, not as good as plays?
You'd be wrong.
No, this baby is stacked. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the starters. We asked you, how would you wish Lee Ellis a happy 40th birthday? Lily turning 40 tomorrow. You guys have chimed in on Twitter, hashtag the starters. Trey's got a few of the best answers.
Yeah, Jonathan says, I would go out and celebrate with a few drinks. Not too many, though. I have class tomorrow. And Lee Ellis wouldn't appreciate it. Sam says, with a special birthday message from Rolando Blackman. If only we could have pulled that off. Godfrey says, easy, with a pump fake party. Happy birthday, mate. Les says, with all the cargo shorts in the world, fill the pockets up with TJ Maxx gift cards and have a happy birthday, Lee Ellis. And finally, Tom says, I'd keep it nice and simple with a banana cake. A very solid play that would earn us 2 thumbs up. It's funny that you mention a banana cake because we did get something for Lee for his birthday,
Yeah,
but
Lee,
you're
we-
never gonna guess what it is.
We couldn't actually make a banana cake, so we just wrapped up a banana in a newspaper.
Oh, great.
So we know how much you love bananas.
Is that the USA Today crossword? It's a
maybe.
double present there.
Happy birthday, Lee. Look, he's wasting no time getting right into it. Yeah, you can open it.
Thanks.
It is a banana.
Yeah, wow. I've only had 2 today, so I'm a little behind. Great.
Take your time, though. This is only a live TV
I don't want to
show.
ruin the crossword.
We're really going to watch this?
Yeah, I think we're gonna watch him open this. Yep, it's a banana.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right,
yeah.
it's a banana. Awesome.
Oh, who
This
wrapped
is the
it?
first banana you have to peel twice.
Beauty.
Oh,
That was worth it.
it looks about 40 years old, too.
All right, let's take a look at the top 10 plays that made us celebrate this week. Presented by.
Ciroc.
That's right, at number 10, he comes from the land down under, but he's going up. Andrew Bogut finishing the alley-oop with the left hand from Steph Curry in Game 5 versus the Thunder. Ooh,
Beautiful.
nice hops there from Bogey.
Oh, yeah.
Let's stay with this lefty theme. Kyrie Irving, this guy's a special cat. Crossover, lefty finish. Check the touch
Yeah,
on the left.
yeah.
No glass needed.
2 Melbourne-born #1 picks starting off the top 10.
Uh-huh.
At number 8, Kevin Durant. His fast twitch fibers here are at 100.
Yeah.
Because look at this. He jumps, then jumps again and gets the block still.
Keep those fibers.
Dennis Rodman like there. Up and up.
Watch this defense. This is one-on-one defense. This isn't a help block. This is Serge Ibaka trailing Harrison Barnes,
Get out.
keeping it in bounds,
Yep.
and then grabbing it.
Yep.
Man,
Oh, that's amazing.
Nice replay there.
so good.
At number 6, Russell Westbrook puts Klay Thompson, a great defender, on skates by creating the space needed to knock down the jumper. And again, this is a good defender. Wow, see you later.
This might be the quietest, most subtle Russell Westbrook highlight we've ever seen.
That's true. He's usually trying to rip the rim
Yeah,
off,
yelling at somebody.
going through people, but yeah.
Can do it all.
Here we got another right-handed point guard using his left. Who says our guards don't
Oh.
have skills? With the left, the beautiful, beautiful touch by Steph. Probably should have gone with the right, but
He wanted to draw that contact.
Yeah, want to get in the top 10 plays.
I think he was afraid of the mustache on his right.
The N1 at number 4. We already saw a little Serge Ibaka defense. Let's show you a little Serge Ibaka offense. Serge
Oh, yeah.
in the paint.
Lee, I guess you could say he Surge rocked the rim.
Nice one, yeah.
Stole that from him on his birthday?
Yeah.
There's one more, Lee. You got another chance. Don't worry, man.
Beauty.
At number 3, this is a ridiculous athlete right here. 6'8", 250 on the baseline. Floats. right past Bismack Biyombo. These guys are basically the same size. But LeBron showing the touch.
He looks like Dr. LBJ here.
Yeah, look at that. Shades of Dr. J for sure. I wanted him to finger roll it so bad.
Shows the finesse at number 2, LeBron, showing the power.
The power.
Yeah, he turns into the Hulk here.
Oh.
DeRozan tries to wrap him up. Okay, good effort. Tries to tackle him. Doesn't matter. LeBron fights through it. And then the little English here, the little flip.
Oh, man.
Gets it to drop, and then, well, he's going to show you that he works
Yeah,
out.
you're allowed to flex after that one.
Do you even lift,
That's
bro?
a good
Yeah.
bicep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was worth it. It was worth the wait there. At number 1, Bismack Biyombo jumping 2 hands to stop Kevin Love. Kevin Love decides to go after it.
He tries to dunk.
Oh,
No.
no love from the Biyombo.
Oh, my God. Get out.
Left-handed, too.
There it is.
I'll block it with my left.
We only got one game a night here in the conference finals, and still all these
They've got great
highlights.
plays.
Best players in the world. Not bad. All right, got to take one more break. When we come back, Lee Ellis's very solid play for the final time in his 30s. It's time once again for Lee Ellis's very solid play of the night. Who gets the honor, Lily?
I love it when the very solid play comes on the very first play of the game, and that's what happened last night for the Warriors. Beautiful ball movement, starts fizzing around the perimeter. Harry Bow knocks in the 3-ball. Great, my work was done. I went to bed after this. There it is again, beautiful stuff. Over there in the corner, knocks it down. That's what I call a very solid. I'm going to bite on this.
Banana.
Ah,
Yeah.
it's me, a banana, and Rolando. What a happy birthday.
What a great birthday. Now it's time for the highlight that wasn't, a play that wasn't executed, but still, we need to show it to you because it was great athletic execution here by Draymond Green. Tosses it up and banks it home after the whistle. I love this angle here. The left hand leaves the ball, one hand, just tosses it in. Draymond Green, the highlight that wasn't, but it's a highlight for us.
All right. This morning, guys, we recorded our hour-and-a-half-long Drop podcast. It's up on iTunes, Google Play Music. We break down both conference finals in greater detail, including some adjustments we could see made as we move forward. Get to the end of these, both of these. We talk about a few of the surprises and snubs when it came to the recently announced All-NBA teams, James Harden, Paul Millsap, a few others. And we debate whether Mike D'Antoni is the right fit in Houston, taking over the Rockets head coaching job. So that is the Drop. Go pick it up on iTunes, Google Play Music. One game on tonight, already talked about it. It's the Cavs and Raps, Game 6. Cavaliers trying to go back to the NBA Finals with a win. They get it done. Lily, happy birthday, mate.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Lee. Thanks for joining us, folks. And remember, if you're looking for a man to party on his 40th birthday this weekend, call Lee Maybe.
Brace the weekend.